Hello Davison, this is Superintendent Kevin Brown coming to you today in front of Hahn Intermediate School on a very frigid day. We've had a lot of those lately, and I thought I would take a few minutes just to talk to you a little bit about a new feature that we're introducing here called Brown's Blog. As the principal at Davison High School, I used to do a weekly blog for the students, and we thought it might be a good idea if I periodically addressed all of you through the same type of media. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about snow days. Snow days seem to be on everybody's mind. And I thought maybe it would be a good idea if I tried to give you a little bit better understanding about what's going to happen now for the remainder of the 2019 school year. The state of Michigan requires all schools are in session for 180 days and 1,098 hours. They allow up to 6 days for school to be canceled due to inclement weather. In addition to the 6 days normally granted each year by the state, we do have the ability, and we have applied for a waiver for an additional 3 days of forgiveness. That means 9 of the 12 canceled days that we've had this far have been forgiven. We are very appreciative that all of you sent your children to school on February 15th, which was a makeup day, and that made up one of those remaining 3 days that were not forgiven by the state. We have 2 more days to make up and 5 days to make up at the middle school, because Davison Middle School had been closed due to a power outage back in the fall, and more recently due to some flooding that took place in early February. So our plan is on March 22nd, which is currently scheduled as a teacher work day, we're going to turn that into a student day. But it's only going to be a half day for students. The second half of the day, teachers will be at the buildings doing professional development. That will leave us with 1 day to make up, which we will probably have to do in or around the May intercession, possibly the Friday before that intercession or during the intercession itself. That actual date has yet to be determined. But we do ask that you kind of reserve that time in case we do need you to send your children to school. The middle school, because they have the additional 3 days, are most likely going to have to be in session during that May intercession. We understand that this is an inconvenience and it was something that was unplanned, but we are required to have school, and unless we do it during the May intercession, the only other option we really have would be to add it at the end of the school year. And I don't think any of us really want to come back and plan on attending school up until July. So that's kind of the scoop. That's where we're at. If something happens in the legislature and they decide to forgive additional time or additional days, we may not have to make those days up. But as of right now, I think it's better to plan on making up a day on the 22nd, keep the May intercession open as an option that we may or may not have to use, and we will of course communicate exactly what's going on as we get more information. Thank you, and I appreciate your time. Go Cards!